Alright, okay, okay. Let's make it into a podcast instead of a music thing.
I mean, why don't we just see where we go?
Just talking.
No, man, you can't restrict us like that.
Just talking.
You can't shove a square peg into a round hole.
This is true. So, cheers.
Oh yeah.
Where am I? So you came down to Denver, Colorado for a psychedelic conference?
That is correct. Psychedelic Science 2023, hosted by MAPS,
Okay.
Multidisciplinary Association of Psychedelic Studies.
Is that a reputable organization?
They are
Really?
the most. One of the most.
Can't tell.
No, I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah?
They are. They're the reason why MDMA might be getting FDA approval in the next few years for therapy. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also pursuing using mushrooms,
Okay.
treating vets with PTSD,
Mhm.
depression, end-of-life care,
Okay.
all that stuff.
Cool.
So they're one of the main forces why it's being destigmatized the way it is.
Maps.
Yeah.
Cool.
And this event, it's in Denver because Denver's one of the leaders in this area as well,
Right.
legally.
Colorado
First
and
to-
Oregon?
Colorado, Oregon, a few other places, like Oakland apparently, I learned today, also decriminalized a bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
There's a few other places.
Okay.
But Denver was the first to decriminalize mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
And that apparently created this wave.
Mm-hmm.
And then some places followed, like Oregon as a state decriminalized a bunch of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And now Colorado,
Yeah.
in 2022, decriminalized a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Not just mushrooms. I think there's a lot of stuff on that list.
Okay.
DMT, ayahuasca.
Probably acid.
Maybe.
Yeah.
LSD. I'm not sure if I saw
Interesting.
LSD on that list. I don't know.
So what prompted your, why did you want to do this, come to this conference so bad?
Because I've been interested in psychedelics my whole adult life.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I got to see Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
I started smoking weed.
Yeah.
And that quickly created an interest in psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
And I started reading Erowid. And everybody that's ever used a psychedelic knows the website, erowid.org.
Mm-hmm.
And the creators of Erowid were at the conference today. I
They were
actually
at
saw
MAPS, the MAPS conference. So did you talk to them?
It's hosted by MAPS, but there's a whole range of people.
Interesting.
No, I didn't talk to them.
Any idiots?
They get so,
Any dummies?
look, these conferences are a mix.
You know what I mean, bro?
I know what you mean. These conferences are an
It's like
insane
a Tool concert.
mix. You've got your PhD scientists
Yeah.
doing like microanalysis of like what serotonin receptor is this molecule binding to.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got
Mason
your
and Connor.
pure spiritualists. Okay, there's good spirituality and bad spirituality. I mean, like the sort of nonsense spiritualists, in my
Sure. I
humble
get it.
opinion.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a mix of those, and it's not all on the same page. That's one thing I realized today.
Right.
This is not a unified conference, even though everybody's into psychedelics
Right.
for very different reasons.
Can I
Very different reasons.
do a whose line is it anyway prompt?
Yeah. Why?
Vadim the professor, tenured, and Mason the frat boy
Okay.
at the conference.
Okay. So, in psychedelic studies, do you know this word psychedelic?
I got 40 grams in my pocket right now, bro. Like, if you want some, bro, like, we'll take rubles, rupees, or ripples, whatever you got, bro. I know you're like a Russian or like a Ruski or whatever.
Well,
Just having a brewski with my brewski.
Tell me what you have in pocket. You have, it's a tryptamine, you say?
Bro, I don't know, like the legal
Diethyl
We're talking about like, have you ever had Amati 38?
I have not.
Connor gave it to me, so good, bro. Like, we had it.
And what was experience?
Bro, we went to Red Rocks and like, have you ever been to Red Rocks and like marshmallows playing and like the lights were like blinding me, but at the same time it felt like I was in heaven, bro. Like I saw the angels descend on me, bro. Even though you're Russian, I think you really like it, bro.
Yes. Well, the Russians, they know psychedelics well. You know, Sasha Shulgin.
I love Sasha, bro. He did the Borat movie, right?
And Pico. And Pico books are cooking recipes for drugs. And he say this a +4 experience.
Bro, let me tell you. Bro, this girl last night was tickling my pickle. You know? Is that Sasha guy a real guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was hilarious. And Chico and Pico are real too. So that was just straight up genius. Man.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, so tell me, this is why I'm mad at you, and I like to be mad at my friends during the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't do psychedelics.
Not in the last 5 years.
That's a long ass time to not do psychedelics to go to a psychedelic conference. Like, indulge, bro.
It is, but in my defense, I was interested in psychedelics for like 3-4 years before I ever tried them.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading about them.
Right.
So I'm like the most cautious,
Right.
overthinking psychedelic user ever.
Yeah.
But I still want to have a few experiences in my life. It's nothing I would ever do just like, pow, like
super recreational.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
It's something I would like plan for,
Right.
prepare for, try to get as much out of it as possible.
So being in the science community, is it like, is the stigma gone? Like, are you going to get in trouble talking about this and perhaps potentially being seen?
So, I don't know about everybody.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if I should say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll say it.
Okay.
Because,
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Don't say it.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say that there's definitely friends of psychedelics at my job. That's all I'll say. In high places.
Friends. Okay. Yeah.
Like at high level.
That's good though. That's encouraging.
That's people that are into that.
That's encouraging.
Yes,
that's encouraging.
I'm sure there's others that are not.
Right.
So you can't. I can't just go in and be open about it.
Well, okay. So I'm not the most psychedelic dude, but yeah, if we break the stigma and start like implementing it, I mean, the research is out. It's highly beneficial to people with depression, anxiety, addiction, trauma. So we get rid of this stigma, we start implementing it in more places, and we'll have a better world.
That is the hope. So here's what I wanted to say about this conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've seen that it helps depression,
mm-hmm.
and we've seen that it helps veterans with PTSD.
Yeah.
And also people that are facing a terminal illness want to accept that.
Super cool.
For sure. And we should use psychedelics for that.
Mm-hmm.
But this came up at this conference.
Right.
What about people who want to use drugs, psychedelics,
mm-hmm.
not because they have any problems,
mm-hmm.
but because they just want insight
mm-hmm.
or they just want to trip balls,
mm-hmm.
right? And so here's what's happening right now. A lot of those people are riding on the coattails
mm-hmm.
of the movement to make them medically accessible, right? They're like, oh, this is a way in for us.
Right.
But is it a way in? Even if stuff is available for, cancer patients and vets, does that mean that everybody can do it? Not necessarily.
Well, the problem is you can't quantify. There's no metric. I mean, I guess there is a metric. Actually, there is a metric.
There is. You have to get diagnosed with depression. It's not easy to get diagnosed with depression.
Right.
I don't know exactly how.
But then, if we're gatekeeping psychedelics for depression, you're gonna get people trying to be depressed so they can use psychedelics.
I mean, that's what I think we haven't thought.
Depression is a sliding scale. Like, who's to say somebody's depressed and somebody's not? Like, for somebody, their goldfish died and they're depressed over that. Like, let's say there's a really rich, spoiled, privileged person, their goldfish died, and it's like the end of the world.
Well, look, I'm not in the mental health field.
Right.
But I assume they have a more sophisticated metric.
Right.
I mean, I have heard rumors
but you hear
that
what
they'll just throw an antidepressant at you.
Oh, I've
up,
seen it. I used to work at group homes where kids would go to see a psychiatrist, and then within, I kid you not, within 20 minutes of an appointment with that psychiatrist, the kid is given...
That's it. 20 minutes is all it's...
Not even kidding.
They get an antidepressant?
I don't know.
We're not talking, not like an anti-anxiety,
bro.
Not like a Xanax or something.
I don't know what the pills were, but I know they were no joke. I know they were like actual pharmaceutical meds that were meant to stabilize the kids. But we're not talking some sort of like thorough investigation into the kid's psyche. It's like in, out, boom.
I sure hope that it's not like that usually, if it is, then I guess people are going to get psychedelics thrown at them. But that's not my point. My point is we should be more open about it now. We should make the statement, and some people were actually saying this at the conference today, that this isn't just for treating depression and veterans and so forth. This is for your right to modify your own consciousness.
I see what you're saying.
For your own insight or for your own pursuits.
Right.
You should be allowed to do it.
I agree with that. From the beginning, make it so that it's not just for the rare cases of PTSD for a Vietnam vet.
Yes. Yeah.
If Linda from fucking Red Robin wants to take psychedelics because it's going to enhance her life, let her take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
that's cool.
You just need to somehow make it safer. Like if the supply is regulated.
Yeah.
Or produced in a legal way, nothing black market.
Right.
And maybe if you can somehow. Well, I don't want to say you have to require people to go to a center to do it, because I wouldn't want that. I want people to be able to do it how they want to do it.
Because what if I don't like the person that's guiding me? The times I've done psychedelics, I mean, everyone's different too, right? Like the times I've done psychedelics, I haven't done them that often, but 2 times I did them completely by myself, and they were the absolute most beneficial. They were wildly beneficial for me.
I have to agree that my solo experiences were the best ones. Yeah. Also, that's very interesting because a lot of people. I always heard, don't do it alone.
Yeah, everybody says that. You need a guide, you need a guide. I don't want a guide. I want to listen to the same song on repeat 100 times, which is like literally what I did when I was on psychedelics. I listened to the same exact song like 30 times in a row.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I probably couldn't do that with a guide.
For sure. I mean, honestly, a good guide is not going to, if they're really a guide, we're not talking about a friend that's tripping with you. If they're an actual guide, and they're good at what they're doing, they're not going to inject their ideas. They're going to let you be you 100%. But you have to be really comfortable with them to be.
Yeah, in my head, I would think they're bored.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'd be like, I would start feeling like,
like
I'm not being very entertaining.
You have to like develop a bunch of trust beforehand.
Yeah.
Before you go into it, for sure. But there are those, right now, there's a bunch of these psychedelic retreat centers. I haven't looked at the exhibitions yet, but I know they're there.
Yeah.
A bunch of, you pay money to fly somewhere, and you stay at this retreat.
Yeah.
And you have guides, and you take psychedelic.
It's going to be big business.
It might be.
It's going to be big business.
That's another reason I'm at this conference, because
Yeah.
I'm curious if this is something worth investing in, as a like sort of a high risk, high reward investment in the future.
Financially?
Financially, yeah. Obviously, not something you put all your money in, just a little chunk in case it blows up. But then it's like, what company do you choose? There's hundreds already. I think there's hundreds of companies that are promising to like design their own unique new psychedelics.
Well, think about like the marijuana boom in Colorado. 10 years ago now, 12 years ago now, made a lot of people rich. Marijuana made a lot of people rich. So imagine if you invest in a mushrooms company, psilocybin company now.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I've never even thought about that for some reason.
I've been thinking about it for a while.
That's very
there's a whole business track at this conference, so
that's cool.
It's another thing to look into.
Sounds fun, man. Sounds cool.
It's interesting, man. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I do hope to actually like be able to meet a community this way, to expand, but we'll see what happens. It might not be the best place to do that.
What do you mean, meet a community to expand?
Find more like-minded people, especially,
better on psychedelics.
It doesn't have to be the on psychedelics part, but I think that there's a lot of parallels. When you find someone that enjoys psychedelics, it's like Pandora, learning your songs. Like if you like this song, you'll also like this song. There's a lot of other connections that
there's like a lot of overlap with people. So see, I wouldn't think that. I would think there'd be like, it's like asparagus. Like I feel like there's a lot of people that like asparagus because I like asparagus. That I feel like I wouldn't like their company.
I don't think it's guaranteed. I'm just saying like the odds go up.
See, I don't think they would. For me, it's basketball. People that play basketball, usually it's like the odds go up.
Okay.
But like I feel like or like certain TV shows or whatever. I'm trying to think like what would be not that. Like what would be the thing that you have in common, but the odds don't go up at all that you get along. Like beer.
For sure, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Definitely no guarantee I'll like someone just because we like the same beer. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I would say...
Like cats.
Yeah, no.
Cats.
I was going to say drinking in general, but even that, I wouldn't
I like cats, but I don't necessarily like cat people.
Okay. Well, you're a cat person.
Mm-hmm. But I don't like cat people.
You don't like other cat people.
Pineapples. I enjoy pineapples, but like I've never met someone that likes pineapples.
What is a pineapple person? Like what is a pineapple person like?
Man, a lot of short shorts, Hawaiian Tommy Bahama t-shirts. A lot of times.
Yep, that sounds like a
big on Jimmy Buffett. And I'm
yeah,
just like, I don't care. I don't get his music. It's always a little lowbrow for me. That yacht rock thing is it?
Oh my god.
Like
well, you know,
being serious for a second, I don't think psychedelics is a commonality that you're gonna meet somebody that likes psychedelics that you're gonna be like, okay, this opens up something.
I think it will. I don't know.
Yoga.
I can't imagine that it won't. But psychedelics directly connects to interest in modified, altered states of consciousness, which translates to meditation. It translates to yoga. It translates to philosophy.
There's a lot of dumbass druggies out there that just like to trip.
So, yes, but not the kind that would actually go to a psychedelics conference, right?
Okay.
Anyone that's going to this conference has
a little bit of money.
First of all, they're willing to spend money to listen to talks about it.
Like, and let's be transparent. What's the cost?
$800.
Okay. For every day.
For 3 days.
Okay.
For
fair.
3 days.
Yeah. So no, like 18-year-old punk kids are gonna do it. Like, hey man.
No, they even if they had the money, they would not want to.
Bro, like I didn't even have the cash, but like my dad gave it to me because he was like, psychedelics is the future, bruh.
But are you getting an education? Are you understanding the
Bro,
kids?
school is overrated. Like, did you go to school? Like, you're so smart. Like, I don't even think you went to school, bro. Like, do you even care about, like, math?
Well, math is a very important part of my everyday job.
No, bro. Me and you equals friendship, okay?
Did you learn this on your experience, on your +4 tryptamine experience?
Yeah. Good. I want to be the Russian.
I can't do your...
you can't do Mason.
Bruh.
Yes. Okay. We just flipped. I just haven't done Vadim in so long.
I mean, we could try to reverse just because it's hilarious.
Just for 2 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
Bruh.
Gotta get the giggles out.
I really like
the whole just.
A lot of people don't get.
What
are you doing? A lot of people don't really get real electronic music. You know what I mean? I don't. They say they get it, but they don't get it.
What is electronic?
And I tell those people.
But if you think about real music, it is the wood, and you put your finger on string and play. Do you listen?
You're just doing Mason with a Russian accent.
Do you listen Jesse Cook?
Oh.
Do you listen Jesse Cook?
No, bro. I only listen to real music like Skrillex. I like Skrillex. I like Tiesto.
Skrillex.
Real music. I need.
I can't. We gotta move on. I can't. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening to the Psychedelic Experiment. Okay, bye.
Always be experimenting.
Wow.
In Steve Boulder, on our first night out on the hill, we're walking around like two dorks, just like looking for a party, and we see this guy walk with a case of beer, just walking. Like he looks like he has somewhere to go.
Yeah. So
I think Ashkan and I just ask him, "Hey man, you know where the party is?" Always. He just keeps walking. Like back in 2004, that came off as pretty cool.